Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is T-Wo, punching in for my first video on this channel. Open-minded T-Wo is what I'm gonna name it. I think I might name it that. So hopefully it's probably gonna be the name, and I'm not just looking like a dumbass. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and make the intro short. I'm gonna get straight into the research and everything, and straight into everything about the topic today. So hope you guys enjoy, and make sure to leave a comment on what you think. Back. So it's the next day already, and I didn't forget about you guys. I didn't forget the video. So the topic today is: are humans supposed to consume meat? So let's go back in time. So our ancestors didn't necessarily consume as much meat as we do today. That's due to them having to hunt it, and it was just more accessible and more easier for them to rely on vegetation and crop. So for people that are in the Arctic, it was way more harder to find vegetation and plant life because it's so cold. So they definitely relied on animal food. So the food that animals fed off of back then. In the tropical areas, the vegetation and whatnot contributed way more to the diet. Uh, so basically, 10 to 12,000 years ago, there's a big meat decline. So they just completely didn't consume as much meat, probably little to none meat at this time, and they just mainly focused on crops. And they did use animals. They did use animals, but they used them for labor, milk, and wool. They weren't butchering them like we do today and just eating them up. But in today's world, it's way more easy to eat meat because we're not hunting ourselves. We have like farms and people that literally just produce the meat in big values so we can just eat it up. But they didn't do that. So it was a big meat decline, like I said. And basically, when they did eat meat, it was reserved for special occasions. So it could be compared to a delicacy. It was more so a delicacy than everything like in their diet. It was not in their diet on a daily basis. It was more so plant. It was a plant diet on a daily basis, and meat was saved for special occasions. Let's talk about the effects it has on the human body. So, in particular, red meat has the chances of higher chance of cancer and heart disease. So, the higher chance of cancer and heart disease due to the sodium and fats they have. Due to the sodium and fats it has in it, it could cause cancer, but that's only if you're eating it in like large amounts. That's what that can do. Also, type 2 diabetes. All type 2 diabetes, it also strains the kidney. You want to know why it strains the kidney? Is because it's too much protein and it's low in fiber. So that's why it can strain on the kidney because it's like not there's nothing supporting it to break down because it's low in fiber, you know? Getting into the effects it had on the human body. Now we're gonna talk about the effects it has on the human brain. So there's this Harvard study. I think it's specifically correlated to red meat, but I don't know the year of the Harvard study. I just know it was a Harvard study, and they said it affected something in the brain called the endocrine system or endocrine system. And we're gonna look deeper, a little deeper into that. While I find this page real fast, because I wrote about it in a minute. So endocrine system. The endocrine system supports your metabolism, how your body uses energy, growth and development, mood and stress response, sleep cycle, and blood sugar level. So your hormones, your body temp, how you're when you're thirsty. So eating red meat can disrupt your endocrine system. So in ways it can affect it is it could highly affect your mood. Um, so research says eating meat brings out carnivorous intent, which means more of that anger emotion, mad. But in general, the endocrine system is your emotions and a lot of the things you do and how you feel when you want to eat, when you want to drink. So in a general sense, eating meat, consuming that brings out carnivorous intent, making humans more prone to anger. A bit of research I was doing, they said when you consume animal flesh, the feelings they were feeling when they were dying, you're consuming that, and you may feel that same feeling. So, for example, cow's milk, since the mothers are depressed, when you drink that milk, you're intaking the depression and the fear they're feeling. See, I don't know how true that is. It's just research I'm disposing to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So it could be BS, could be complete BS, but it also can link to how it's affecting the human brain and affecting us, and we're consuming their feelings. I don't even know how realistic that is, but maybe that could be true. You know what I'm saying? These are just theories. These are just things that, you know what I'm saying, I find interesting. Maybe it could be true, but I could just say for instance, um, I feel like the meat part is true. Like you consuming meat and you get angry. I feel like that's true. I think carnivore intent is a thing, but the depression and fear, I don't really know too much about. Could be true though. Just stay open minded. Big question we want answered. The big question. You clicked on this video because you wanted to know the answer. You probably just interested. But yes, we completely can consume meat, but it has an effect on our bodies and the brain. The effects on our bodies, as in we can accumulate diseases. We can pass down diseases like diabetes, the big one that gets passed down just from consuming meat. You don't even have to have the type 2 diabetes. You can pass it down. That's what I think. It could be bullshit. You probably could think it's bullshit. But anyways, we could consume meat. It also fucks with your endocrine system. Red meat in particular messes with your endocrine system, so your mood. Brings out carnivorous intent, making you more prone to be vicious and angry and stuff like that. So if you want to eat meat, I say level it out with some fruit, vegetables, with some fiber in there. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really have to eat in moderation. You eat as much the fuck you want, but make sure you're adding fiber so you can break down that protein and it's not so heavy on your kidney. So guys, thanks for watching the video today. This is T-Wo clocking out. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and tap into the next video I post. Love you guys. Editing in it. I think I was saying the endocrine system wrong. It's not endocrine. I think it's endocrine. Sorry guys, just putting that out there so you guys are on my ass in the comments. But that's probably I think it's endocrine. So I'm saying endocrine the whole time. Who really gives a fuck? You all know what I'm talking about. You can just look it up, do your research. Yeah, I'm out though.